Welcome to our exploration of sound waves. Have you ever wondered how you can hear music, voices, or even the chirping of birds? It all comes down to the fascinating world of sound waves. In this video, we'll break down what sound waves are, how they travel, and why they're so important in our daily lives. Whether you're a student, a curious mind, or just someone who loves science, you'll find something interesting here. Let's dive in and discover the invisible waves that fill our world with sound. Sound wave is a type of energy that travels through the air, water, or even solid objects. When something vibrates like a guitar string or your vocal cords, it causes the particles around it to move back and forth. This movement creates a wave that travels outward from the source. Unlike light waves, which can travel through empty space, sound waves need a medium like air or water to move. This is why you can't hear sounds in outer space. Let's look closer at how these waves work. Every sound starts with a vibration. Imagine plucking a guitar string. The string moves rapidly, pushing and pulling the air particles next to it. These movements set off a chain reaction, causing neighboring particles to vibrate as well. This chain of vibrations is what we call a sound wave. The energy from the original vibration spreads out in all directions, carrying the sound to our ears. Without vibrations, there would be no sound at all. Sound waves travel by making particles in a medium, like air, move back and forth. These movements create areas where particles are close together, called compressions, and areas where they are spread apart, called rarefactions. The wave moves as these compressions and rarefactions travel through the medium. This is why you can hear someone speaking across a room. The sound waves move through the air, carrying the message from their mouth to your ears. Sound needs something to travel through, which we call a medium. The most common medium is air, but sound can also travel through liquids like water and solids like metal or wood. In fact, sound often travels faster in solids than in liquids, and faster in liquids than in gases. That's why you might hear a train coming by putting your ear to the track before you hear it in the air. The particles and solids are packed closer together, making it easier for vibrations to pass along. You might have seen movies where explosions in space are loud and dramatic. In reality, space is a vacuum, which means there are no particles for sound waves to move through. Without a medium, sound simply can't travel. That's why astronauts use radios to communicate, relying on electromagnetic waves instead of sound waves. So if you were floating in space, you wouldn't hear a thing, no matter how loud the event nearby. Sound waves are a special type of wave called longitudinal waves. In these waves, the particles of the medium move back and forth in the same direction as the wave is traveling. This is different from waves on water, where the movement is up and down. The back and forth motion creates the compressions and rarefactions we talked about earlier. Understanding this helps us see why sound behaves the way it does. Let's compare sound waves to another type of wave, transverse waves. In transverse waves, like those on a string or the surface of water, the particles move up and down, perpendicular to the direction of the wave. Sound waves, as we've learned, are longitudinal, with particles moving parallel to the wave's direction. This difference is key to understanding why sound and light travel so differently. Frequency is a major property of sound waves. It refers to how many times the particles vibrate back and forth each second. We measure frequency in hertz Hz. The higher the frequency, the higher the pitch of the sound. That's why a whistle sounds high and a drum sounds low. Our ears can detect a wide range of frequencies, but some animals can hear even more. Amplitude is another important property of sound waves. It's the size of the vibration, or how much the particles move back and forth. The bigger the amplitude, the louder the sound. Think of a gentle tap versus a loud clap. The clap has a greater amplitude. Loudness is how we perceive amplitude, and it's measured in decibels dB. Protecting your ears from loud sounds is important, as too much amplitude can damage your hearing. Wavelength is the distance between two compressions or two rarefactions in a sound wave. It's usually measured in meters. Shorter wavelengths mean higher frequencies and higher pitches, while longer wavelengths mean lower frequencies and lower pitches. Understanding wavelength helps us see why different sounds have different qualities, from a high-pitched whistle to a deep bass drum. Speed of sound depends on the medium it travels through. In dry air at room temperature, sound travels at about 343 meters per second. In water, it's faster, about 1,480 meters per second. And in solids like steel, it can be even faster. Temperature, humidity, and the type of material all affect how quickly sound moves. That's why thunder sounds slower on a cold day compared to a warm one. When sound waves hit a surface, they can bounce back, creating an echo. This is called reflection. You might have noticed echoes in a canyon or a large empty hall. The harder and smoother the surface, the clearer the echo. Bats and dolphins use echoes to navigate and find food, a process called echolocation. Reflection of sound is also used in sonar technology to detect objects underwater. Not all sound waves bounce back. Some are absorbed by the materials they hit. Soft materials like carpets, curtains, or foam absorb sound, reducing echoes and making a room quieter. This is why recording studios use special panels to absorb sound and prevent unwanted noise. Absorption is an important concept in designing comfortable and quiet spaces. Diffraction is when sound waves bend around obstacles or spread out after passing through small openings. This is why you can still hear someone talking even if they're around a corner. Sound waves are pretty good at bending, especially lower frequency sounds with longer wavelengths. This property helps sound travel through doors, windows, and even around buildings. Diffraction happens when sound waves change direction as they pass from one medium to another, or when the properties of the medium change, like temperature or density. For example, on a cool night, sound can travel farther because the air near the ground is cooler than the air above, bending the sound waves downward. Refraction explains why sounds sometimes seem louder or quieter depending on the weather. When two or more sound waves meet, they can interact in interesting ways. If the waves line up perfectly, they combine to make a louder sound. This is called constructive interference. If they're out of sync, they can cancel each other out, making the sound quieter or even silent. This is destructive interference. These effects are important in music, acoustics, and even noise-canceling headphones. Resonance occurs when an object vibrates at its natural frequency due to sound waves. This can make the sound much louder. For example, when you sing a note that matches the natural frequency of a glass, the glass can start to vibrate and even break. Musical instruments use resonance to amplify sound, making them louder and richer. Doppler effect is a change in the frequency and pitch of a sound as the source moves toward or away from you. You've probably noticed this when an ambulance passes by. The siren sounds higher as it approaches and lower as it moves away. This effect is used in radar, astronomy, and even weather forecasting to measure speed and movement. Our ears are amazing tools for detecting sound waves. When sound waves enter your ear, they make your eardrum vibrate. These vibrations are passed along tiny bones and into the inner ear where they're turned into electrical signals. Your brain then interprets these signals as the sounds you recognize. This process happens incredibly fast, allowing us to react to sounds almost instantly. Humans can hear sounds with frequencies between about 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz. Sounds below this range are called infrasound, and those above are called ultrasound. Some animals, like dogs and bats, can hear much higher frequencies than we can. This wide range allows us to enjoy everything from deep bass notes to high-pitched whistles. Ultrasound refers to sound waves with frequencies above what humans can hear. These waves are used in medical imaging like ultrasound scans for bobbies and in cleaning delicate objects. Bats and dolphins use ultrasound to navigate and hunt. Ultrasound technology is also used in industry to detect flaws in materials. Infrasound is sound with frequencies below what humans can hear. Large animals like elephants use infrasound to communicate over long distances. Natural events like earthquakes and volcanoes also produce infrasound, which scientists use to study these phenomena. Infrasound can travel great distances, making it useful for monitoring the environment. Music is one of the most enjoyable ways we experience sound waves. Instruments create sound by vibrating strings, air columns, or surfaces. The pitch, loudness, and quality of the sound depend on the instrument's shape and material. Musicians use their understanding of sound waves to create beautiful melodies and harmonies. Sound waves are essential for communication. We use our voices to create sound waves that carry words and emotions. Telephones, radios, and speakers all rely on sound waves to transmit information. Even animals use sound to communicate, from birds singing to whales calling across the ocean. Modern technology uses sound waves in many ways. Microphones turn sound into electrical signals while speakers do the reverse. Ultrasound is used in medicine and industry. Even your smartphone uses sound waves for voice recognition and communication. Understanding sound waves helps engineers design better devices. Not all sounds are pleasant. Noise is unwanted or random sound, while music is organized and harmonious. Our brains are good at distinguishing between the two. Too much noise can be stressful and even harmful, while music can relax and inspire us. Managing noise is important for health and well-being. Soundproofing is the process of blocking or absorbing sound to make spaces quieter. This is done using materials that absorb or reflect sound waves like foam panels, carpets, or heavy curtains. Soundproofing is important in recording studios, offices, and homes to reduce noise and improve comfort. Loud sounds can damage our hearing over time. Using earplugs or earmuffs in noisy environments helps protect your ears. It's important to limit exposure to loud music, machinery, or explosions. Protecting your hearing ensures you can enjoy the sounds of life for years to come. Hearing loss can result from exposure to loud sounds, aging, or injury. It can make it difficult to communicate and enjoy music or conversation. Early detection and protection are key to preventing hearing loss. Hearing aids and other devices can help people with hearing loss enjoy sound again. Nature is full of amazing sounds, from birds singing to thunder rumbling. Animals use sound to find mates, warn of danger, and communicate with each other. Natural sounds can be soothing and help us feel connected to the world around us. Listening to nature's sounds is a great way to relax and unwind. Weather can affect how sound travels. On foggy or rainy days, sound may not travel as far because the water droplets absorb and scatter the waves. On clear nights, sound can travel farther due to temperature differences in the air. Understanding these effects helps meteorologists and scientists study the environment. Sound travels much faster and farther underwater than in air. This is why whales and dolphins use sound to communicate over long distances in the ocean. Submarines use sonar, which sends out sound waves and listens for echoes, to navigate and find objects underwater. The underwater world is alive with sound. Architects use their knowledge of sound waves to design buildings with good acoustics. Concert halls, theaters, and classrooms are built to enhance sound quality and reduce unwanted noise. The shape and materials of a room can make a big difference in how sound is heard. Good acoustics make music and speech clearer and more enjoyable. Sound waves are used in medicine for diagnosis and treatment. Ultrasound scans help doctors see inside the body without surgery. High-frequency sound waves can break up kidney stones or clean delicate instruments. Medical technology continues to find new ways to use sound for health and healing. Industry uses sound waves for many purposes, from testing materials to cleaning equipment. Ultrasonic waves can detect cracks in metal or welds, ensuring safety and quality. Factories use sound sensors to monitor machines and prevent breakdowns. Sound technology helps keep our world running smoothly. Sound plays a big role in transportation. Car horns, train whistles, and sirens alert us to danger. Engineers use sound waves to test vehicle parts for safety. Even airplanes use sound to measure speed and altitude. Understanding sound helps make travel safer and more efficient. Movies, video games, and concerts all rely on sound waves to create immersive experiences. Special effects, surround sound, and music bring stories to life. Sound engineers use technology to mix and enhance audio, making entertainment more exciting and realistic. Sound waves are all around us, from the alarm clock that wakes you up to the laughter of friends. They help us stay safe, communicate, and enjoy life. Paying attention to the sounds in your environment can help you appreciate the richness of the world around you. You can explore sound waves at home with simple experiments. Try stretching a rubber band and plucking it to hear the pitch change, or fill glasses with different amounts of water and tap them to make musical notes. These activities help you see and hear how sound waves work in real life. Throughout history, scientists have made amazing discoveries about sound. From Galileo's early studies to Alexander Graham Bell's invention of the telephone, our understanding of sound has grown. These discoveries have led to new technologies and a deeper appreciation for the science of sound. Sound can have a powerful effect on our emotions. Music can make us happy, sad, or energized. The sound of a loved one's voice can comfort us, while loud noises can cause stress. Understanding how sound affects our feelings helps us use it to improve our mood and well-being. The study of sound waves continues to advance. Scientists are developing new ways to use sound in medicine, communication, and even energy. From better hearing aids to sound-powered devices, the future is full of possibilities. Staying curious about sound will lead to even more exciting discoveries. We've covered a lot about sound waves, from how they're created to how they travel and affect our lives. Understanding sound helps us appreciate music, communicate better, and protect our hearing. Whether you're interested in science, music, or technology, sound waves are an important part of our world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of sound waves. We hope you've learned something new and are inspired to listen more closely to the sounds around you. Stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, the world is full of fascinating waves just waiting to be discovered.